Thanks for joining us today. We are having our angel pitch, which is the finale for the mentoring program we've had since September. So here today you'll hear the founder's speech about all what they've learned in the last 12 weeks. My name is Maya Ojuri, Head of Partners and Program. I'll be your host today. Before we start, this is the agenda for the evening. We'll be talking about TVC Labs, our purpose and mission, and the mentoring at TVC Labs. I'll be introducing the angels, the founders, and the team. Then I would give the mic to Mr. Davis, TD as he likes to be called, to take us through the startup journey. And I'll establish today's rules for the founders, the audience, the participants of the event. Today's startup angel pitches would comprise of these people: Conventi, Deem, Fine Lines, Hostel, Jumbo, and Q. After the angel pitch, would all go into breakout rooms to listen to more information about the startups that we've heard talk about their pitch in 5 minutes. After then, we come back, we give feedback. Please, we love feedbacks at TVC Labs. Feedback is the food for champions, and that is what we live on. Then we'll announce the results for today's speech. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. So at TVC Labs, our purpose, what we do, what we live for at TVC Labs is to find, fund, and follow innovative African founders to build Africa's future together. We do that in collaboration. We don't do it alone. So that is what we do at TVC Labs. And we don't do it with just founders. We do it with innovative African founders. Our mission is to become the most trusted investment resource for founders, for tech founders. And we do it through different programs that we run at TVC Labs. We run our in-house programs like the one you're listening to now, the finale of the one you're listening to. We run programs for partners and clients, some of which are the data program by AR and the DGLE Young Talent Award. We just started today, by the way. And we also run another for the labs by ARM, where we take fintechs through advisory. We run programs on behalf of Lagos State. That's the Lagos State Science and Research Innovation Council, where they give grants of 5 million naira to innovative founders like those that you'll be listening to today. So how we do it through mentoring. We offer free 14-week program. And after, we also do it through syndicated cash investments, and we support them all the way by the portfolio management. Our mentoring program, this is how we started. When we started, it was just an informal thing. I don't know if anybody is conversant with Yaba. CD started this thing like, how will I say, like joke. He'll call founders, he's very popular in the ecosystem. So he meets people at White House. If you know White House, when it was White House, they meet for lunch, discuss about their startups, and everybody dispersed. Later, it became okay, this thing is really working and people are gaining from it. We pivoted, we did mentor match, we did speed dating. So we tried so many versions of this mentoring before we finally arrived at this that we're doing. I think COVID helped a bit. Thank you, COVID. In a way, COVID helped a bit. So in 2020, we found that since we couldn't see physically, we took it online. And since then, we've been unstoppable. So here we are today at TVC Labs with our mentoring program. Our TVC Labs mentoring program we run 2 mentoring cohorts per year. And these are the modules we cover. We cover the introduction, the vision, what inspires the the founder behind it, the market, the kind of market you're going to, do you know the demographics, the psychographics and all. We cover the customers. Do you know your customers? What kind of customers are you supposed to push? We cover the products. Are you really sure this is the product you're supposed to do? The people running the organization, those are the back end. Okay, we talk about the process, the processes involved in making sure your proposition is being accepted. And we talk about the technology behind it. We move on to the economics, where the money is, the capital, the profitability. How is your company profitable, or will it be profitable with the way you've laid it out? And the impact, which is very key right now, the impact your startup will be having. These are the 12 modules that we cover. Then we go down to the investment readiness, where we take you through how you'll be investment ready. We'll teach you how to pitch. We'll practice with you. And here we are today, where you'll be listening to them pitch about what they've learned over the last 12 weeks. Today, I'll be introducing some people, our angels, who are the stars of today. Without them, I don't think our mentoring program would be possible. They've dedicated time, energy, resources to make sure year in, year out, we have a mentoring program. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. So we'll be introducing our founders also. Without them also, we won't have a mentoring program. Then we'll be introducing the team who are the backbone of the mentoring program and TVC Labs generally. Next. Our angels. Today, thank you very much, angels, for being part of us since we started. Okay, Mr. Biodun Adioye is one of us, but he's not here now. Ananda Ponampolam can't join us today, as he has a previously scheduled meeting. Mr. Dapo Shinosi, are you here? Please say hello if you are. Mr. Dolapo Ege. He's not here. Mr. Femi Shonuga, thank you for joining us. Please say hello to the team. Thank you very much.
Hello, team.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. We have Mr. Bioye Bankole. Please say hello.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have Francisco, who unfortunately can't be here also. Nkululi can't be here also. He's catching a flight. Mr. Musa Alibaba also can't be here. Oh, apologies. I don't know.
I'm here. Good evening, everyone. It's okay.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Oladot Oza, thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you very much. Simonza is not yet here. I'm very sure he'll be joining us before the day runs out. Mr. Victor Semota, thank you. Efe, thank you. Please say a word. You're on mute. Okay. Ms. Olanike Jagon, she's not here. Mr. Theophilos Emowa is not here. Uche hasn't joined. Mr. Ibrahim Abdullahi, Mr. Gerard Olisasha, last but not the least, Mr. Kade Lambo. Thank you very much. These are angels that took their time, week in, week out, to impart knowledge on our mentees. So our founders, we have Akintude Jaligade, Temitope Adeni, and Gabriel Famosipe of DIM. The DIM team, please say hello. Akintude.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Temitope.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for joining. Gabriel.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. We have Damilare Akinyera Olumide Okewale of Q Hub. Damilare, say hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Olumide.
Hello, good evening.
Good
Hi,
evening.
everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have Davidson Okafo of hostel.ng. We have Folarami, and we have Toby Otemo of hostel.ng. Davidson. Davidson, okay, he's not here. Folarami.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Folarami. Thanks for joining. Toby.
Thank you.
Okay. We have Bimbo Akintoye of Fine Lines. She is the only female in our team. Oh, no, sorry. She's the only female founder standing alone. She doesn't have a co-founder due to some things that happened earlier. So she's the only one on our team for now. Bimbo, please say hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
It's a pleasure
evening.
to be here.
Thank you very much. We have Olufolaji Ogunleye of Jumbo. Folajimi, say hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Venkatesh and Makinde.
Evening all.
Good evening, everybody. Glad to be here.
Thank you very much. We have Kunle Bamigboye and Adedokun Bamigboye, the Bamigboye brothers of Coventry. Please say hello.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Dokun, just say hello. Okay, I think we can move on now. Okay, so the team that makes
Maiwa, some of the angels have come in since you were talking. Umkululi, for example, is
we
logging
just
in.
joined. Yeah.
Simunza is here as well as all the others. There was a glitch with the registration.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a glitch with the angels registration because theirs was different. So they've had a challenge, some of them, but I think everybody's here now, so you can continue. My apologies.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
The angels and
Okay.
I think they're all here. Well, some
Most
missing
of
ones are here. Yeah.
Yeah, most of them. Thank you very much, angels. Like I mentioned earlier, you are the stars of the evening. We thank you for your support, for your dedication. You come in, week out to impart knowledge on our mentees, and we appreciate you. Without you, the TVC Labs mentoring program won't exist. Thank you very much. So we'll be going to the next. The team. We have two sides of the team. We have the board side and we have the management. We have Ms. Biola Alabi. Ms. Biola Alabi, please say hello.
Hello.
Absolute legend, the late Bella Kuti.
Okay. Mr. Demola Shasanya, please just say hello to the team, to everybody here. Okay, he's on mute. And we have Mr. Biola Phillips on the board of TVC Labs. We have Shegun Ojuri, Finance and Operations. Shegun, please say hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. We have Benedict Folami of Portfolio.
Good evening,
Benedict,
everyone.
good evening.
Good
We
to
have
be here.
Korede Bashir of Angel Care.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. We have Amaju Enemiku of Founder Care.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Thank you very much. And this is Mara Ojuri of Partners and Programs. I'll be introducing Mr. Tommy Davis, who is the collaborator in chief of TVC Labs. Like you all know him, he's better known as TD, and he wears many hats. So I'll just leave it at that. And he is dedicated to helping founders in the African ecosystem. So please, the next voice you hear is Mr. Tommy Davis, who will be taking us through the startup journey. Thank you. TD.
Okay. Thank you. First and foremost, I have to say thank you to everybody that's here. But I'd also like to thank the following people who, unfortunately, when Maiwa was doing introductions, were not here, and they're the backbone of everything we do. So, Biodun Adoye, please take a bow. Bioye Bankole, thank you. Demola Shasoya, Biola Labi, well, you know, Biola is my running party buddy, but David Harper, Demola Lade Komo, Dolapo Ige, Ife Iyede, Femi Shonuga. Oh, Ino, good to see you. Nkululi, Musa Alibaba, Olado Tuoza. As you can see, I'm going by alphabetical order, so please excuse me. Simunza Muyangana.
And we have some special guests. We have Mr. Rashid Olaoluwa in the house. Thank you for joining us. We have Mr. Rashid Adegoke. Thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, wow.
Uche, thank you so much for joining us. All right, so
Right.
CD,
Thank you. Now, how do I do this? If I say next, will that help?
yes.
Okay, next. Right. Now, we're here because of startups. And, you know, there are a whole bunch of things you've heard me talk about. But today, what I really wanted to focus on is the fact that doing startups is a journey. And you're about to listen to 6 different groups of individuals that have decided to go on this journey. And what you'll be listening to today is what they think that journey is going to be for them. But what I wanted to cover so that you know the difference, first and foremost, is the fact that, one, startups grow and grow very, very fast. So that's the first thing about them. The second is the way they raise money is not through the bank, get a loan, because it's a known risk profile. Real startups are by and large innovating. That means nobody's really done it that way before or in a particular way before. So the risk and the risk profile is totally alien to those who have conservative money. It means it's crazy people like myself, okay, who find other crazy people like the angels you've just heard from, that give these entrepreneur founders money in the hope and in the belief that they are going to make a difference by creating economic value and having social impact. But what is that journey? Well, I would like to say today is the beginning of that journey for the 6 you're hearing from. Why? Because up till now, what they've done, they've validated their business model with, in some cases, they don't see, you'll hear 1 or 2 don't still have customers, but they've built something where they've tested it out. And by and large, every single one of them has raised money from themselves in terms of their savings, from their family. It could be uncles, aunts, father, mother, I don't know, friends, okay, fans. Oh my God, you're doing that? And of course, some would say fools. But that's the beginning, okay? And when they came to us for this mentoring program, that was the prerequisite, is you've at least got that, so that we can now start talking about the next milestone you should be looking at. Next, please. Okay, what's that next milestone? Well, we call it product market fit. Product market fit is when you've got an established customer base with an operational delivery structure, and you know, your expenses, your monthly expenses are pretty steady. And most importantly, you've got angel money behind you. In some cases, even VC money, if you're scaling that fast. But the critical thing is that established customer base and the fact that you're now raising additional external funding. Next, please. Okay, this is the one most people aren't too familiar with, because once you've got the external funding and you're going, you've got product market fit, 20% of the customers are sitting there and they're relying on you and everything else. What's next? It's called product channel fit. And this is where you're actually growing your acquisition rate. So historically, maybe you were growing 20% steady and you got from $5,000 a month to $20,000 a month. What happens here now is you're starting to see that growth rate itself increase. So you were growing at 20, You now get to, guess what? We're 23 this month, we're 25 that month. And that accelerated growth is what they call the hockey stick. And most of you would have seen it when you see all those forecasts. Oh, we're going to start here and then we go that way. We're going to, so that trajectory is when you get PCF. Next, please. Once you're there, guess what? Next step is Series A. Now, Series A says you're sustainable. Some debate it because of some of the things that have happened recently, but we're scrutinizing all of those. But the critical thing is, by then, you become a startup big boy. What does that mean? It means you're raising in the millions of dollars. You've got tens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of staff running around, actually actualizing your dream. Now, all of this, each of these stages is a different funding paradigm. This very first funding paradigm you're seeing, which is by angels, and you'll be listening to them, the bet is not on the product. And that's where a lot of investors make their mistake. It's about the team, because ideas are just a multiplier for execution. Give me a great team any day, no matter how bad the idea is. Poor team, great idea. You know what I'm talking about. So you see, how do you then, knowing that this is a journey that they're going, how do you make sure they get it right? Well, you really can't. But what you do is you treat it like you're building a skyscraper. That's how I think about it. Now, if you're building a skyscraper, guess what? You need to go nearly half as deep to go twice as high. That's why this mentoring program is important. That's why the poem framework, next slide, please, is important, because it provides a model for us to have a conversation about where are you along the journey? What's happening with you? Well, if you're at peer, you should have this and you should have that. What are those markers that tells you you're making progress? And that's what the framework enables us to do. And it sort of helps make the conversation more fun, because when both of you are talking about market, you're talking about the market. When you're talking about customer, you're talking about the customer. When you're talking about profitability, you both understand what you mean. So when you have that structure that's in place that recognizes those stages, then the founder is more relaxed and more comfortable in terms of information exchange and what is happening within their operational environment as they grow. So that's really the startup journey. Starts at an MVP and it goes all the way to the series. And every step is another round of funding that is typically higher than the last one. Why? Because you are discovering demand. In some cases, that was even latent. And that is the startup journey. I'd like to thank you all for listening. I'll hand it back to Maiwa.
Thank you very much, Didi, for that. It was very insightful, even though I've heard it before, but this is another dimension. So thank you very much for that. So we are moving into today's business, but before we start, please, there will be some ground rules. I would like to, today is a celebratory event, but slightly competitive. It's not very competitive. So each of the startups will have 5 minutes. Then the mentors, please note, the mentors will have 5 minutes to ask them question and answer. Then the audience, if there is any need to, you please go in chat, type in your question. If we can answer during the plenary session, we would, or if not, there will be a breakout session for 15 minutes after all the pitches where you can ask your questions in detail. You'll go into the rooms that you so wish and you will be asked. But I would like to say this, that if we've gotten to the breakout session part and we still see some people that are not, who assign you to a room, so please let us know. After then, we'll bring up a poll where we would ask you if you would invest $2,000 in the startup you've just heard. After everything, the results will be announced at the end. These are the startups that will be pitching this evening. Please note, there will be no slides. There will be no slides. They've pitched with slides for the past 12 weeks. But today, there will be no slides, but you will see the background picture and what they're about in the next one. So we have Coventi, we have Deem, we have Fine Lines, we have Hostel, and Jumbo and Pure. Let's find out what they all do. Coventi, are you ready?
Thank you.
Can you please move a bit further from your microphone? You're speaking directly into it. Who is presenting on behalf of Coventi? Kunle or Dokun?
Hello, please. Can you hear me well now? Is it okay?
Okay, all right. So your 5 minutes starts now.
Thank you. It is a great place of conflict. The late Kuti, my name, the music in 1967.
Hello, Kunle.
Yes.
We can hardly hear you. I can hardly hear you. Can you please move feedback from your microphone? You're speaking directly into it and it's distorting the quality of the audio.
How about now? Can you hear me well?
Yes, very well now. So your 5 minutes starts now.
Nigeria is the birthplace of Afrobeat. And when Fela Kuti, late Fela Kuti, the legend, named the music genre, 1967, that's 55 years ago, Afrobeat has been on a steady rise, no downtime at all. And when Obi Asika, who we probably have as one of our advisors, came on the scene in the early 1990s, he and others created the modern Afrobeat that we have today. As of now, there are a few or no platform that live streams live Afrobeat performances. What users resort to today, or the fans resort to today, are short clips posted on social media by those that are fortunate to be at a physical venue where a concert, an Afrobeat concert or a tour is going on. The result to that, and Afrobeat has been on the world biggest stages, the Madison Square Garden, London O2, and many more like that in the US, in Europe, and even in Asia. Just a few days ago, Wizkid, who is one of the A-list Afrobeat artists globally, sold out the 80,000 capacity London stadium. Imagine if an opportunity was given for the event promoters to sell online tickets where anyone in the world can pay a token and watch this live Afrobeat performance. They would have conveniently sold millions of tickets within a short period. There are three major players in these live music performances. Live Nation, which is a multinational company, Afro Nation, who is also a multinational company, but co-owned by a Nigerian, and Duke Concepts, probably wholly owned by a Nigerian. These three control over 70% of tours and live music concerts in the world. The global worth of the media and entertainment industry is about $121 billion. the serviceable available market is over $1 billion. I'd come to Nigeria, the opportunity is enormous, where we have, as of now, 81 million people on mobile, using their mobile phone to do a whole lot of things. And that's about 37.3% of the Nigerian population. And this is growing, and by 2027, it's projected to grow up to 48% of the Nigerian population. And this is a very huge opportunity for online platform to leverage. My name is Kunle Bamigboye, and with Dokun Bamigboye, we created Coventi, an online platform to stream live Afrobeat performances. We created the company, we registered the company in January 2021. By September 2021, we joined TVC Labs mentoring program. And by January 2022, we launched our MVP. And then a month after, we live streamed the sold out Black Bones concert organized by Chocolate City in Lagos, and it was a huge success. We learned a lot, and we went back to our drawing board to change a lot of things and to add a lot of things to our platform. And today, our platform is fully ready, can take hundreds of users at a time and stream videos for longer hours, more than 5 hours. Our model is quite simple. We approach our customers and we put no cost on them. We get them to allow us to stream their program or their events. We market this event where on social media and also through telcos and through mobile companies like Outdoor Media, who Ms. Obiasika is one of our advisors, is also a director. We get to market this event, and then we sell a lot of tickets, and then eventually we share the revenue, because we don't want to put so much burden or cost on our customers. And with that, we are looking to raise $100,000 to build this platform. We hope you join us on this amazing journey to building a global platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You ran out of time. Thank you for that lovely presentation. Mentors, please, questions for Venti, Kunle, and Dokumba Miboye. Mr. Abiodun Adeoye, questions? Okay. Mr. Abiodun Bankole, any question for Venti, given what you heard?
Okay, what do you calculate to be the margin?
Yes. Uche, you have a question?
Yes, I do. I would love to know what their revenue so far is.
Kunle?
Okay, I can see the question.
Kunle, there's a question by Uche that.
Yeah, I think the question is, when you say hundreds of users at a time, what do you calculate to be the maximum simultaneous viewers that the platform is optimized for, right? Right?
That's the first question.
That's the first question.
Okay.
Uche asked another question. Your revenue to date, which is part of the questions in the chat also.
Okay, yes. Should I take the questions now?
Yes, please answer them.
Okay, thank you very much. I just want to get clarity on the first question very well. When you say simultaneous viewers, do you mean per time, those that can be on the platform per time? At a time?
Yes, because
okay.
you're streaming concerts, right? Which, of course, in those arenas, there are thousands of people. The expectation is you're extending it to thousands more, but you said hundreds of viewers. So I know that after a certain limit, your systems tend to get a bit choppy when it comes to streaming. So I'm trying to figure out whether you've figured out how many your system is optimized for. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Currently, our system is optimized to have simultaneous viewers of not more than 2 million as of now. We are continuously developing the app, and that's why we are here today to get support. But as of now, we have a maximum viewer per time of 2 million users. I hope I answered the question well. Okay, then the second question.
Revenue.
Yes.
Revenue part.
Yes, thank you very much. As of today, our revenue is just at $1,000 because after the first concert that we live streamed, we've also partnered with GT Bank to as a media partner for their food and drink festival and also for their fashion week. But it wasn't at any cost. Users they don't sell their event. We just supported them to make it to expand the reach and also to test our platform as well. So we didn't generate any revenue from there, but we're happy to support them. But we believe that going forward, we will be able to charge them, and we'll also be able to acquire more partners. We're currently talking with some Maven Records. We already have Chocolate City, and we're also talking to Afro Nation, who is managed by one of Obiasike's family members. So he's been talking with them for us, and we believe that by second quarter of next year, we should have quarterly an average of 100 events to stream quarterly, and per quarter, our revenue target is $100,000. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. One last question before we move. Apologies to those in chat, the audience. If you have your questions, we may not be able to answer your question now, but after all the pitches, there'll be a breakout session where you can ask your questions for 15 minutes in there. So please, the other question in chat is by a mentor. Are you able to stream multiple concerts per time?
Okay, yeah, as of now, we could stream just one concert per time, but we know that we have to get to a point where we can stream multiple at a time, and we're developing our platform to that. We've already started, but we haven't updated our platform to do that. But as of now, it's only one. But we definitely by the end of first quarter of next year, we should have ability to stream multiple events. And then I have a question here. How many users have you had to date, revenue to date? Okay, I think I've mentioned part of it. But how many revenue streams do you have? Okay.
Like I mentioned, I don't know if you were here, there are rules of engagement here. If we feel the questions can be asked during the plenary session, you would answer that. If not, they would be able to ask you during the 15-minute breakout session.
Okay, yeah.
We'd like to keep to time.
Thank you for that.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So please, and one of your team, again, while you cannot answer everything via this, you can answer in chat. That's another way for you. So all the other founders, please take note. If you can't answer while speaking, the other team members can help answer in chat for those that are asking the questions. Thank you very much, Kunle. Thank you. So the next slide you'll be seeing is how you score the pitches. A poll will come up now where you'll be able to score the pitches based on, given what you just heard, would you invest 1 million naira? It's a simple yes or no question. So please, will be Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you. So DEEM team, are you ready? DEEM, Akintude, are you ready? Temitope?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, who is presenting on behalf of DEEM?
I'm presenting on behalf of team.
Okay, you're presenting on behalf of DEEM. All right, so your 5 minutes starts.
Before you start, can we finish the polling, please?
Oh, okay. Okay,
Okay.
And everybody, please vote,
please vote.
then close the polling, and then Dean can start. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Okay, be on standby. Temitope.
Yeah. 24 more seconds left. We're allowing 90 seconds for voting, for polling. I think Maiwa forgot to mention that. Please, 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 if you have not, could you go back to the previous slide so people know? The slide after this one, please. Thank you. This is the question you are being asked. If you have not polled, could you please do so now? Thank you. Thank you. We're trying to get above 80% of participants. It's currently at 72%. Only 35 or 48 people have voted, so we'd really appreciate it. It's just a click yes or no. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Everybody gets to poll, and this is going to help us.
Yes,
So
thank
please,
you.
thank you. I see some people are now. Thank you. Thank you. If you haven't, please come on now.
Thank you, as you do. Thank you very much. Just a yes or no, given what you heard. Would you invest?
Pretty please. Okay, over to you, Maiwa.
All right, thank you very much, everybody that voted. So we'll be moving on to the next person now. Thank you. Temitope, are you ready now?
Yes, I am ready.
All right, your 5 minutes starts now.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Temitope. I'm a co-founder at DEEM. So what we do presently is that we make building technological products faster, cheaper, and easier. Presently, the rise of e-commerce trade is exponential. A lot of trade is happening online. The African market is not left out. It has seen about a 40% increase in e-commerce since 2020, which is presently estimated to be about $37 billion. And by 2025, the African e-commerce market is predicted to grow another 46%, estimated to be about $69 billion. And in 2027, an $87 billion. And that is very huge, right? This has brought about a very huge demand in e-commerce platform that can help business owners facilitate trade. So presently, the e-commerce trade happens on social media platforms, but this platform doesn't give room for flexibility in terms of the tools and how data is managed on the platform. Then we might say business owners should build their own e-commerce platform, but that is very difficult because of the high cost constraints. My co-founder and I saw this problem and we knew exactly what to do. So we are a team of young and highly experienced software engineers, and we've worked on building software products, e-commerce platform for startup founders all over the world. Akintunde has a 10 years experience as a seasoned software engineer. He started coding at the age of 18. Gabriel has a 3 years experience as a software engineer and is very, very good in coding too. I myself, I have a 5-year experience. I work as a product designer. I've worked as a software engineer, and I'm presently an AI engineer. I'm also on my PhD in AI engineering and physics. We are friends. And we have a common passion for solving problems with technology and building highly technological products in the simplest way possible. And that is why we are building DIM for e-commerce. Our product makes it very easy for e-commerce businesses to build online platform. Our ready-made APIs and tools take the pain involved in building a robust backend and other business tools for e-commerce, including the cloud services. With our platform, they can seamlessly integrate highly functional data, customer, and product management tools. We also provide a dashboard for non-technical members of their business to know what's going on in the business. For example, they can know how much what kind of product is sold, how customers are responding to their reward system, and many more. We also hope to integrate an AI and data analytics tool for them to make intelligent decisions. For example, a business owner can see what kind of product their customers are buying this month and be able to forecast for next month's sale or recommend products to other customers. So this is how we cut costs for e-commerce businesses. Traditionally, when they want to build a platform, they employ 2 engineers and pay them about $2,000, which translates to about $8,000 in 3 months. For us, they sign up in just 2 minutes and range for $50 to $150 monthly. So we are saving them about $7,000 and also 1 month, 29 days, 23 hours and 14 minutes in time. That is very interesting. With the huge demand for products like ours and how would the e-commerce businesses, so we are projecting about 7.8 million naira in just 2 years of running them. We've bootstrapped about $5,000. We also won a grant of $1,700, which we spent on product and market validation. And we started out building our MVP. We are still building an MVP, but we are hoping to raise about $25,000, which we will use to test our MVP in February. And after we test our MVP with our first few 200 customers, we can then raise more funds to scale. So we are looking for angel investors who has an experience in technology, e-commerce, and has a very good business side. Our cultures are pillars are innovation, integrity, and giving value always. So if you are that angel investor, we are happy to go on that journey with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You left 30 seconds on the table from your 5 minutes. Thank you, Temitope.
Thank you very much.
Okay, questions, angels, mentors. You can type in chat if you have questions, audience. And if we are able to, you will answer the question now. If not, you'll be able to ask in the breakout room. Questions, Mr. Billy. Mr. Billy, question.
No questions.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Demola Shasaya, any question?
No questions from me. No questions. Okay.
Okay, I see a hand raised. Okay, no, okay, sorry, it's not a hand raised. Okay, Ms. Biola Alabi, any question for team?
Yes, I would like to just get a sense of who their current customers are, if they have anyone on a wait list. If you could just give us a sense of traction, like what are you getting from the market as you're testing this product with them?
Okay, so presently, yes, we are open to, we're building a community of developers. Developers are those people that help build this e-commerce platform. So we have a community presently of about 200 developers, and a lot of them have indicated interest that they would actually use our products to build solutions for founders they work with or business owners they work with. So we have some of our products about to be tested with these customers.
Okay, thank you very much.
So far, you don't have any identifiable customers yet?
Yes, they are developers, they are business owners. So those are the two identifiable customer base. So we have developers who definitely will be working with, and also e-commerce business owners.
So if this helps to clarify what you're asking, what she's saying is we
these are the two customer segments we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
And right now we're still in the building stage. We're not done building what we are trying to build right now. And what my co-founder is trying to say is that we've actually done a bit of survey,
yeah,
and gotten some feedback from developers and even business owners to be something that they would adopt if it's ready.
Yes.
And what is the willingness to pay?
Yeah, the willingness to pay is high because
Very high.
they would still have to pay if they want something like that, even if they're not using our platform. And we are giving them at a very bit down fraction of the cost.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. There's a question in chat from one of the mentors. Did you say 7 million naira for your revenue forecast? If in how many years, please?
I said about $7.8 million dollars in about 2 years. 2 years. So that is what we are forecasting, because daily a lot of developers are using building e-commerce platform. And the good side about our tools is that it's not only used by e-commerce businesses that are just coming up. So Jumia can as well say they want to integrate our data management or AI tools for business analysis or to manage their data. So it's not only for new e-commerce platforms, both existing and new ones can use it. So we hope to acquire at least 2 e-commerce, existing e-commerce platforms that are leading in Africa on our platform.
Okay.
Yes, Stripe for e-commerce, something like that.
Okay. What's your market size? A question from an angel.
So, okay, for the African e-commerce, the market value is estimated to be about $36 billion. So we hope to, because our product can be used in Nigeria, in South Africa, all over the world. It's not necessarily constrained to just one location. So it's a software product that can be used anywhere in the world, whether anywhere.
All right.
So, but we are just focusing on the African market for now.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. There is another question here. Do you see ChatGPT as a threat to your model?
Let me go with that. So
okay.
I've heard about ChatGPT. I've not had the time to we've not been able to really test it, but from what we've heard, for me, I don't think it's a threat. It's been built by the OpenAI platform, and I don't think the platform itself wants to go into any form of monopolistic hold or anything like that. I think anything they are building there is going to have to be open sourced somehow. So if anything, I would think ChatGPT is going to aid us rather than be a threat.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for that.
Okay.
So apologies, won't be able to take any more questions. If you would like to ask more questions, the breakout room will be open in a few minutes. So please just watch out and you'll be able to ask the questions. Thank you very much. Team.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Akintunde, Temitope, and Opeyemi for your presentation. Thank you very much. Please score Team based on what you heard now. Thank you. You're given 90 seconds. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please, we're waiting for more. Thank you. It shows that just 73% of the participants have done the poll. So please, we still have 28 seconds left. so we can vote. Thank you. It's a simple yes or no. Would you invest to 1 million naira, $2,000 in what you just heard from Jim? Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. So we'll be moving on to the next person now. Fine lines, Bimbo. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Your 5 minutes starts now.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bimbola Akintoye, and I'm here to talk to you about Fine Lines. Fine Lines is an online marketplace that will connect African creatives with the international consumer market and also maximize those consumers' experience in buying from African fashion brands. With an estimated 18 million Africans living in diaspora and many more Blacks wanting to touch base with their roots, demand for African fashion has steadily increased. Africa's apparel exports in 2021 was in excess of $7 billion. And specifically, Nigeria's apparel exports to the UK was $635 million in 2020, which was an 18% increase over the $530 million that was exported in 2019. Despite the UK being one of the world's largest fashion markets, valued at about 55 billion pounds, research still shows that leading UK brands are still missing out on about 1.1 billion pounds untapped disposable income from Africans and Caribbean consumers due to their inability to cater to their needs. So we see a growing demand, a growing ecosystem of UK consumers who are buying clothes within the expanding African e-fashion market, as these consumers now want products that are made by Africans for Africans, and not just the replicas that have been produced by Western clothing chains. But there are still frictions that are hampering the potential of this market, and that is where Fine Line comes in. Our vision is to seamlessly connect African creatives with the international market by addressing the frictions that we have identified, such as the search friction, the logistics friction, payments, and most importantly to the consumers, the returns friction. We want to basically maximize customers' experience when they are buying from Africa. And this way, we will be creating the value that both sides of the marketplace would, and this will help us to achieve a winner-takes-it-all position. This idea for Fine Lines was born out of a personal need. They say fashion is a form of self-expression, but I found it difficult to express myself fully when I moved to Britain earlier this year. And then I embarked on some fact-finding, which has placed me on this path to solving the current challenges faced by people like me. I have 16 years of experience working in West Africa's largest conglomerate, that is Dangote Cement PLC, and the Bank of Industry. My multi-sector experience spans across supply chain management and inter-country logistics, contract negotiations and management, risk management, business advisory, and business development. I'm also in search for a co-founder. I do not intend to go on this journey alone. A co-founder with technology software background, considering that I believe this capacity should be handled in-house. In the meantime, I'm working with 3 friends who are advising and acting as sounding birds. We believe that after the launch, we can achieve 1,500 users after 3 months of operations, primarily through online community building, after which we can come back for additional funding. In the meantime, we are seeking for £50,000 as setup costs and operational costs in the first 3 months as we seek to launch the business in the second quarter of 2023. On the impact end, aside from the increased self-awareness and identity for Blacks that are living in diaspora, we believe that we'll be able to increase the profitability and capacity of African creatives and also have a positive impact on direct and indirect employment within the continent. You're welcome to join us on this journey to place African fashion brand products on the hands of as many as we love to identify with Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bang on time. Bimbo. Oh, okay, you can hear that. So questions from the angel. Let me start from Uche. Any
Hello,
questions?
Mayowa, yeah, thanks for calling. I'm not sure, but I want to hear, Bimbo, is this already built, or I mean, is at idea stage?
It is at the idea stage that we're going to launch in Q2 of 2023. We're still building our community right now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Simonza, questions? Okay. Audience, you can ask questions in the chat.
I don't have a question. Thank you, Mayo.
Okay, thank you. Audience, you can ask your question in chat. When she can respond.
This is Biola. I just wanted to know, when you say you're building community, can you give us some sense of what that looks like and how many people you already have in the community?
I was going to correct myself. So we're embarking on community building because as my advisors and I decided to move our launch forward is because, and that is because we want to build a community we want to build interest before we launch. We want to see how many people we can get on board. So we just launched our Instagram page and we're developing content that would help us to build this community online. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we we only have, I think, 6 now. We started just this past week.
Okay, Isolani Kejagun, questions?
None from me, thank you.
Nkululi, thank you for joining us. Can you speak?
Thank you very much. No questions from me. Thank you. In case for those who don't know Nkululi, it's MK, okay? In case you are confused. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for correcting. All right, Mr. Alibaba, any question for Fine Line?
Not a major question. I just wanted to ask. So you're looking for a partner, a CTO, so to speak, I presume, to develop a technology platform for ordering and fulfillment and managing your entire chain, supply chain. I just wondered if, as a business, you're also thinking of other channels through which you'll be presenting or selling these products from Africa out there. Thank you.
Yes, sir. At the moment, we're not developing the platform. We're going to use a third-party platform. We have 2 options, Shopify and Arcadia, although we're leaning towards Arcadia because it's more customizable. The reason why we really need someone with that background is because we're going to be working with payment partners, and security is a huge concern. So we would love to have that capacity in-house to be able to communicate effectively with our partners, even with the logistics partners when we start. So this is why we really believe that we should have this capacity in-house, even though we're going to be using a third-party platform for the first 2 years.
Okay, thank you. Captain K, welcome. Any question for Fine Lines?
Yeah, in case I missed it, Abimbola, do you have products and customers whatsoever via any platform or channel. And if you're building, I don't know if you call it followership or whatever on Instagram, what exactly are you building on Instagram? Because I'm trying to know if you're selling at all or what stage exactly you are at right now.
So we're not selling right now. Our consumers are people who identify with the fashion for them is a form of self-expression. So they are interested in buying from Africa. So it is in content building content that would create followership, create interest in African fashion. And that way we would be able to have a proper feel of the interest in the market. So that is our intention for the next 4 weeks, to go head on to do that. Pardon?
Okay. Thank you very much, Bimbo, for your time. We ran out of time for you. So given what you just heard, please score Bimbo Akintoye of Fine Lines. Thank you very much. We have 90 seconds to do that. Please, pretty please, score yes or no, given what you just heard. Thank you. Thank you
Hello,
very much. Yes, Bimbo.
Am I voting too?
Nope, you can't vote for yourself.
Exactly. I have the poll with me, so that's why.
Yeah, it will come to everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, we're waiting. Thank you. Thank you. 72%. Yeah, we are now at 75. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We are almost. Thank you. Thank you. We're waiting. While we are preparing, please. Yes, we are almost. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for voting. Thank you. Next, hostel.ng. Davidson, Polarami Oluwatobi, who is presenting on Davidson on hostel.
Hi,
Yeah.
it's Davidson. Can you see me? Hopefully.
Okay, Davidson, you have 5 minutes to present yourself, your status. Yes. Your 5 minutes starts now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Davidson, and I lead the team at Hostel.ng. At Hostel.ng, we pride ourselves as the easiest way to get the perfect hostel accommodation. So I'll give you a bit of context to why we do what we do here. You see, in 2016, I got admitted into the university. And at the time, I lived in Lagos, so my school was in Anambra State, and it takes me approximately 9 hours to get to school. And that was really hard. And then when I got to school for the first time, I realized I had no place to stay for the few days I'll spend doing registration. And so I had to squat. It was a really horrible experience. And then after registration, it dawned on me again that I would need to find a place to stay for the rest of the academic session. And when I did find the hostel I loved, I almost got scammed of my money when I was about making payment. And so it was this series of horrible experiences that led me to start up Hostel.ng with my friends, Fola and Toby, right? Because also the turnout, the three of us experienced similar challenges when we were undergraduate students. But it wasn't just an us problem. It's this same problem affects millions of undergraduates across Nigeria as well. And there are solid facts to back this up. In 2021, the National Universities Commission did say there were more than 2.1 million undergraduate students studying across various Nigerian institutions. And a report from Brixton Africa in 2019 suggests that more than 70% of the students were residing off campus. Now, with the student housing market growing at over 12% annually, we clearly could estimate our total available market to be more than $1.9 billion every year. So we built a simple web platform that seamlessly connects these undergraduate students to hostels. So it could be a student looking for a place to stay for just a few days or a place to stay for the rest of academic session. But it gets even better. You see, as a student, you can also choose to sublease your spaces and earn enough money to pay for your next year's rent. But as a student, it doesn't just end with you. It also positively impacts your parents as well. Because now your parents don't need to spend so much money on you as you as well. They can choose to conveniently renew your hostel rent and spread payment across 6 to 9 months, thanks to our partnership with Kwaba. Now, so why do we exist? Why is it us? Why are we the best team to do this? You see, I've known Fola and Toby for like 5 years now, right? Fola taught me how to program. He also did teach Toby as well how to program. Fola is that good. So Fola is an experienced front-end engineer and also a UI UX designer. He worked at Sterling Bank and also was the former lead instructor at New Horizons. And then Toby is our core backend engineer. Toby handles with tools like Java, MySQL, Laravel, and Toby handles our entire infrastructure, security, and database. And then there's me, right? I'm a program manager with over 3 years of experience. I have a solid technical background. I studied computer science in the university, and I'm also currently a scholar at the National University of Technology and Management, the MIT for Africa. So we've made tremendous progress over the years. We've partnered with Kwaba for rent financing, like I talked about previously. We also did partner with Octoma as well for insurance. So now as a student, you have nothing to worry about when leasing your space on our platform, because now you've been insured against theft, damages, or even fire as well. We're also working with hostel managers around Unilag, like TVC, and currently in talks with the National University of Technology and Management to sublease their empty room spaces as well. You see, we launched 2 months ago in private beta in Delta City University, and it has been an amazing reception. Currently, we have over 508 registered users with more than 77 room uploads on our platform. You see, clearly students love this product, but we need to put it out there. We need a lot of students to know that this amazing solution exists for them. And also, we need to hire more technical talent to build out a much more seamless and comprehensive product for these students, right? So this is why we are specifically looking to raise $160,000 for 18 months of runway, because we do believe at the end of these 18 months, we can get to 290 million naira in revenue, right? So we are looking for angel investors that are really passionate about the hospitality space, because we believe we are the future of hospitality and we need their expertise and experience. And secondly, also angel investors that are passionate and familiar with the educational space as well, because we do know we need to scale across multiple higher institutions of learning, and we need connected investors to join us to make the scale much more efficient. So now, as an angel investor with what you've just heard, why would you not want to come on board and build with Hostel.ng, making the lives of undergraduate students across Nigeria much more easier? I'll be open for questions and feedbacks. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You left 6 seconds. Questions, angels? Questions? Mr. Abiodun Adeoye, if you can speak, you can type it in chat, your question. Mr. Bankole, any question for Hostel.ng?
Yeah, I believe you talked about your investment in dollars and revenue in Naira. So I lost.
Oh,
if you can just say it in dollars, then I would understand. Yeah, revenue.
Oh, okay, right. So in dollars, the revenue in dollars approximately as 500K. So yeah, we believe in our first year post-raise, we should be able to get to $100,000 in revenue, right? Based on our services that we offer to these students as well as their parents as well. So sorry for the mix up in
currency. Are you generating revenue today already?
Right, we launched 2 months ago. Well, yeah, our post revenue manually we did, because I mean, students love this stuff. So at the time we haven't built out a to automate bookings on our platform. So what we did was manually use WhatsApp to close bookings for students, and we made around 11,000 naira thereabout. That was like last month when we did in Delsu, just like test in Delsu private beta. But now we do have an automated platform that we've built, and we're also integrating with T40 to have a solid distribution of these rooms. So now it's like, once the platform goes live, we know for sure like that lots of students would use this stuff, because the demand has been crazy, but we just didn't have the platform to process bookings, so we didn't make any money.
Okay, thank you very much. MK, your question.
Oh, thank you very much for your presentation. I just wanted to understand maybe the population of students in Nigeria and how many universities and colleges you have there. I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, okay, right. So for universities, according to the National Universities Commission, there are about 2.1 million undergraduate students. And we use this figure to be conservative, really, because there are also polytechnic, there are also colleges of education as well. And we just wanted to be clear that this product that we are launching, and we said, okay, we're starting with hostels. And this is only students in Nigeria, right, across the country. So off campus, there are 70% of the students, that's around 1.4 million of them are staying off campus. And that is our market. We are looking to target students that stay off campus because they are the ones that can't sublease their spaces as they rent it out as private individuals rather than under the school umbrella per se. So this is like a quick start on the market. I hope this helps.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, it does. Thanks.
Thank you. Ms. Biola Lavi, questions?
Nope, I'm okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Shinosi, do you have any question? Okay, I see a raised hand. Oh, okay, the raised hand has disappeared. Mr. Aladekomo, do you have any question? Ife,
No,
any
please.
question?
No,
Okay,
please.
thank you. Thank you. Ife, any question for Hostel? Mr. Femi Shonuga, questions, comments for hostel.ng?
None, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Alibaba.
I just want to be clear on one thing. Obviously, most institutions have an academic year, right? So the demand tends to peak at the beginning of that academic year, or at the beginning of the academic year. So what will you be doing by way of keeping customers engaged once they've signed up for a hostel for perhaps 1 year? And how do you think that model is going to work? So are you going to have one peak period in per annum, or have you figured out a way to, to sort of flatten that out across the year? Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Right. So the thing about us is we are not dependent on the school calendar. In fact, right, we are using the existing hostel infrastructure of campus to provide accommodation to anybody, right? So the students own these hostels and they pay rent yearly. So when the students sublease their hostel on our platform, it doesn't depend on whether the school is in session or not. In fact, it's actually an advantage for them when the school is not in session, because now they could be making money from their rooms when they are not in school, right? So our model is like an Airbnb for hostels, really. Anybody can use a hostel. Hostels are open to anybody, right? It's just like people majorly just preconceive it as, well, students only use hostels, but that's not true. So now what we've done, we are able to leverage these hostels to create affordable housing now. So now people that originally can't afford hotels can then use these hostels because now they are open for them to use. Hope this helps the question.
Yes, thank you. But if I may quickly ask a follow-up, what are your safeguards against, or for the security of those users? Because to a scale of millions that you say, there may be a risk of people listing who are actually just looking for victims to rob or assault. How do you deal with it?
Right. Again, the beauty of hostels, again, is that hostels are in clusters, right? So when you're listing your room on a platform, they could be like 48 rooms in a hostel, right? So for you to list a room and say you stay in this hostel, you have to be a student to actually rent a hostel off campus, right? So hostel owners, or let's say caretakers, don't exactly rent out hostels to anybody. These hostels are students that use them, right? So when it comes to your security, it's always easy to know the host that gave you your room because each student have a matriculation number that they use to register in school, right? So when they sublet their spaces, we know like, okay, this is a student staying in this hostel, and then they sublet in the spaces. So you coming as a guest would not even be worried about if this is a real student, because for even the person to rent a hostel, a space in the hostel, he has to be a student, right? So that's all that mitigates the risk. That's more like the advantage hostels gives to us, that it ensures like hosts can easily be verified, right? And hosts are also confirmed to be students. So one of the benefits of using hostels.
All right, Ms. Olanike Jago, please ask your question.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. So my question is, where do you get the properties that you list on Hostel NG? You've mentioned that some of them are hostels. So are you saying that you only list hostels, or you list other type of properties? And if you list other type of properties, what arrangements do you have with the landlords, or is it independent of the landlords? Because I heard you say it's students that list out their properties, and I find that a bit disconcerting, to say the least. So can you explain that to me, please?
Right, yeah, I can. Right, so when we say we list our hostel, this technology we've built can actually be used for residential buildings. But we chose hostels as a niche market because to us, this is the first step to many possibilities, right? So we chose hostels because this is an area we can understand and play in. As we started building this when I myself was still a student, right? So when students list out hostels, their hostels on our platform, it is the students themselves. This is why we target off-campus accommodation, because the landlords don't interfere with, let's say, much more with the day-to-day activities of the hostels. Rather, the hostel manager does. And then when the student leases these hostels for a year, they list it as private individuals, right? So now they can do as they please with the hostel, so far it does not destroy or damage the property that the hostel manager has put in place. And so when the students list out this hostel, they can get in a guest to come and stay in their place, right? It's more like they just see, this is what they do normally. We are just helping them monetize it. As a student, you can go over to your friend's place to sleep over, or you can call some friends over. They do this normally, like student tradition. But now they can monetize that process. So instead of
basically what you're saying is, I as a student, I rent a room in a hostel and I can sublet it to somebody else.
Perfect. Yes, that is it. Yes.
Isn't there something in the list that says I can't sublet?
In the list?
Yeah,
sorry?
lease. So okay, I don't know what the contract between the hostel owner and myself would be. But isn't there anything there that says I can't sublet?
Exactly. So there's a fine line there. So the difference is now the short lease for short period, that is like 2-3 days, short-term rentals. They don't sublease for like 6 months, 1 year. So the hostel owners don't want students to give out their properties to someone else and then collect the money on their behalf. And we don't let that because we allow them sublease for short-term period. So the hostel owners are fine with the fact that these students stay in my hostel for a year, but there's no harm in them giving it out 3-4 times a month to someone else to use, and then they get back to their room. Because remember, these students study in school, their properties are still in the hostel. This is what they use, like they read their books, they like sleep there. So they just take a few days off to let someone else use their own space, and then they make some money to take care of themselves. So they are not listening for long-term periods or collecting money on behalf of a new tenant for the landlord, right? So the landlords are not even bothered. They don't even get involved in the process, right? It's safe for them. So that is like the difference between the entire list, because we did look at contracts for students when we were building this, and the landlords specifically don't want students to collect money on their behalf, and that is what they are scared of. But now with us,
I get you. One last question.
Oh, okay.
So technically, this is a very niche market because I believe there's a limited amount of proper hostels across the country. So how do you see yourself scaling? Because I can't see how you can scale if you're focusing in a niche market, in a very, very niche market.
Right. So again, like I said earlier, hostels are like, okay, I'll answer question in chat, sorry. Right. So like I said earlier, hostels are like the first step for us. The same technology can be used for residential buildings, but we want to get this right with hostels first. Besides, hostels itself, right, in every state, in every city that there's a university in, there are hostels there, off-campus hostel accommodation. And because the universities don't have enough infrastructure to house the students, lots and lots of private investors are building hostels off campus. And so it's not like it's a market that is growing, right? It grows every year, more demand for students, more demand for hostels, more investors are putting the money into hostels, and it's growing, right? So it's like, well, we want to use these hostels to get into the hospitality space, but it doesn't mean hostels is what we want to do forever, Like, so it's like a first step to many possibilities for us as a team. And we feel once we get this right with hostels, I don't think there's a problem in us moving the same technology that we've built to a different real estate type, for example. So
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
all right. So I have some questions in chat. Should I answer them now or?
No, you can answer
Okay, I should
them
just
in
type them.
chat. We've run out
Oh,
of
okay,
time
okay.
for yes,
All right, all right.
Thank you very much. Audience, please, given what you
Thank
just said. You can mute now. Given what you just heard, please score votes. Would you invest 1 million naira in this startup? Thank you. Oh, 90 seconds. We're waiting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, everybody. We can see you. Thank you. Given what you heard from Ostel, would you invest $2,000 in a startup? We're waiting. We're waiting. Thank you as you put the yes or no in the poll. Thank you. Thank you. We're waiting. We have 20 seconds left. So please, those that have yet to choose the yes or no, please indicate in the poll now. Thank you. 10 seconds. Going. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time. Thank you. Next, NG. Polajimi Venkatesh Makinde, who is presenting.
Good evening, Mariwa. I am.
All right. Okay, your 5 minutes starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Polajimi Ogunleye, and I'm the CEO of Jumbo. The temperature control logistics market in Nigeria is worth $10 billion. And there's an opportunity through integrations with the availability of information to streamline a lot of what's going on in this ecosystem and to generate significant returns on investment for those that put such a system in place first. Also, the cost of fulfilling customer orders in Nigeria today is really high, meaning that small businesses struggle to satisfy all of their customers and scale. Take Melting Moments, a gelato manufacturer based in Lagos, Nigeria, who as a rule do not fulfill customer orders outside of the state. Why? The reason is simple. The first and only time they tried to do so, fulfilling a customer order to Abuja, they had to hire a 5-ton temperature control truck at a cost of $1,100, even though their products only took up 25% of the vehicle capacity. Ultimately, the fulfillment costs wiped off all their margins on that order. The challenge this ecosystem has is the lack of information sharing between the different groups, resulting in fragmented buying and fulfillment in a prohibitively costly environment. We at Jumbo have devised a set of modules that makes it possible for manufacturers, distributors, and retailers to integrate with one another. This system makes it possible for small businesses to get their products, their temperature-sensitive products from the factory to the customer at the required temperature and at low cost because they pay for what they use. We'll use an asset-free model with an app that coordinates order aggregation, on-demand storage at our fulfillment centers, and fulfillment management, both B2B and B2C. We're pre-revenue, but we've built half of our modules, launched our MVP, and also onboarded 26 small businesses. For our revenue model, we'll charge a subscription fee for using the platform. We'll also charge per kilogram for on-demand storage at our fulfillment centers, and we'll also charge a commission fee for all logistics and financial services rendered through the platform. We are the right team to do this because we have years of experience in running our own businesses in fulfillment management and in tech. Mark and I are brothers, and in 2019, we started a Greek yogurt distribution company.
supplying ShopRite, Spar, and Market Square stores nationwide. We started this company with a $1,000 investment and have built it to a company that is now generating $50,000 in sales monthly. Venkatesh came on board late last year, and he has 20 years experience in building scalable software and digital transformation. He's also highly experienced in building high-performance teams here in Nigeria, and as a result of which, we've actually been able to keep our burn rate low. We have so far, in terms of sweat equity and investment, put $324,000 into Jumbo. We're raising $50,000, which will be used to build the remaining modules of our technology, launch our first fulfillment center in Lagos, and cover operations costs for the next 4 months with a target to start generating revenue by Q1 2023. We're also looking for investors who have experience in the FMCG supply chain and are willing to invest some of their time in guiding and advising us along this journey. Thank you for listening. I'm Fola Ogunleye, and I'm happy to take any questions that you have.
Wow, you left 1 minute, 40 seconds. Okay, questions, Angels. I think your 1 minute will be added to your question time. So, Angels, questions. Let me start. Uche, do you have any question?
No question from me, Maiwa.
All right, Simonza, questions for Jumbo?
No, not at the moment. If I do, I'll come back to you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Alanike Jago, any question for Jumbo?
None for me, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Alibaba, question?
Just a quick one. So, Folajimi, in your opinion, because you gave the problem of order fulfillment between Lagos and Abuja, do you think the problem was a technology problem or a problem of the roads and the transport infrastructure?
So the problem is that there's no synergy between those that are selling and require logistics services and those that are providing logistics services, and then those that are ordering. So what Jumbo does is that it allows us to aggregate orders. So for instance, in the example I gave you of Melting Moments, so they actually have to lease that vehicle for themselves only. But with Jumbo, what we will do is aggregate orders going to that particular location or that particular store, for instance. So let's say in Lagos now you have an order from Seku Mall, ShopRite Seku Mall, and Mimiso. So we would now aggregate all the orders that are going to ShopRite, going to Mimiso. So, and then supply them together, meaning that instead of paying one company paying for the vehicle for themselves, what will now happen is that they will just pay for the space that they use in that vehicle. So, for instance, in the example I gave you of $1,100, and they only use 25% of the space. So that's comes to $275, I think. So the remaining 75% will now be taken up by other companies. So thereby they now share the costs.
Jimmy?
Yep.
Okay. Question? Yes. Tommy, please, okay, before you joined, there are some ground rules. As an audience, please, you can ask your question in chats, and there will be a breakout session. As soon as we finish these speeches, you can ask your questions there. This event is an Angels only event. Those that have been with us from the tour, we invited the audience to come and see how we do things at TVC Labs. So apologies, we won't be able to ask questions here. You can ask in chat, and a team member would respond to you. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you. Mr. Dioye, any question? Ms. Biola Alabi, do you have any question for Jumbo?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Please, given what you just heard, would you invest 1 million naira in Jumbo Engine? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Mayowa, I don't see the poll. Did I miss something?
The poll is running and people are voting. We have 31 people already, so please maybe you refresh. Thank you very much. The poll is, we have 30 seconds left.
I also don't have the poll, so I don't know what's going on.
What's happening? Okay.
Yeah, it's very weird. The poll is giving 45 out of 51 people.
Yeah. Okay.
There is a challenge.
Yes, there's a challenge.
However, I hope it's just the angels. I hope it's just Biola.
Yeah,
and
Ife.
those who've been with us, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. We can end the poll now. Thank you. Thank you. Kunle, please type your question in chat, then we'll pick it up from there. Thank you. So the last but not the least is Q-Hub, Damilare Akinyera, Jalilat, and Olumide. Who is presenting for Q-Hub, Damilare?
We're all presenting, the whole team is presenting.
Okay, this is interesting. Okay, your 5 minutes starts now.
Hi everyone, my name is Jalilat.
Hi everyone, my name is Olumide. Hello everyone, my name is Damilare. We're all co-founders of Q-Hub.
So until a couple of years ago, I'd actually never heard about the subject matter of sociology. My close friend Damilare, the guy who just spoke right now, called me and told me he'd gone to the university. I was very excited for him, but when I asked him what he was studying, he said sociology. I was very surprised. How could a high school commercial student suddenly start studying sociology? Why not business admin, accounting, or actuary services or something like that? I just couldn't imagine going from commerce to something like sociology. So it's quite shocking to me to learn from Damilare that a certain number of students often find themselves in similar predicaments. So they're in degrees that they didn't initially sign up for some reason or the other. To give you more context about my unfamiliarity back then, my undergraduate studies were outside of the country. So in that unfamiliar space in university, where the choice of who to grow up to be, our earning potential and the capacity to be good citizens is largely determined by what we study as a degree. All choose of success must be utilized. Research says that the major causes of exam failure are test anxiety, lack of preparedness, low self-esteem, lack of funds, and unengaging presentation of study materials. Someone like Damilare, a first-time college student at that point, will often find themselves in course tutorials, purchasing expensive bulky handbooks and handouts, all to pass their exams. So at Q-Hub, we asked ourselves, is there a more efficient way for students like Damilare, a first-time college student with no idea what he's gotten himself into with something like sociology, become a successful student?
Yeah, in Q-Hub, we have 3 key features. First is the past question model. As a student, you have access to questions of different courses that go as far back to 2 to 5 years. And we all know that resources are hardly most to come by. Also, we have the practice and exam mode when attempting a past question. This puts you in the test or real-time scenarios, leveraging on timers and screen testing functionalities. Also, we have the smart calendar. This allows students to schedule study plans, attend meetings with other students around the world, leveraging on tools like Google Meet and Google Calendar. Also, we have the Q-Hub community. This helps and suggests personalized content to students around the world with different categories, be it educational or social interest. As a student, you get unlimited access to any Q-Hub coin, contributing to activities on the platform, either by assisting students to solutions or attempting a certain number of past questions within a duration of time. So students have access to subject experts and enthusiasts who are willing to assist with questions and also create subject-based content. With this unique contribution of tools, We believe that students can quickly move from the unfamiliar to the familiar and also become better students.
So currently, currently, an average Nigerian student spends between $10 and $50 every semester acquiring perishable study tools such as past question booklets, which they often end up not using. So QHub is the only solution currently in the market addressing this issue at this level with a combination of unique offerings. We raised a total of $21,000 in both sweat equity and funds from the founders to develop a walking MVP with over 300 users and a growing community with over 20 subject matter experts and over 2,000 past questions and solutions from 5 universities in Nigeria. Our short-term goal is to be present in all institutions across Southwest Nigeria in the next 12 months and replicate our success across each country and perhaps globally. So our revenue generation model is very simple. Our users pay us an average of $10 per year to use the service. So our co-founders, we're all well equipped for this. I have over 3 years of experience lecturing at the university and creating instructional design materials. Olumide is a seasoned software engineer with over 4 years of working experience and has contributed to a wide array of products. And Damlar has been in the educational industry for over 3 years, consulting and counseling students. So together we share the common attribute that we have a burning passion to bring African youth to a place of excellence through education. We're currently seeking to be joined by angel investors who have a similar passion. We're seeking a cash injection of up to $50,000 to acquire our first 10K customers. So we anticipate generating a minimum of $60,000 within the next 6 to 10, 11 months. So the quality of education that we can create for our students are directly affected by the career opportunities they can access, which in turn affects their earning and economic power. So angels, you have the opportunity to help African people become better. Thank you so much for listening.
I don't normally do this, but I have to jump in. The QHub unfortunately violated the rules of engagement. It was supposed to be a single member of the team for the angel pitch without slides, and then the full team at the breakout so that people could ask questions. I just thought I'd let the audience and the angels be aware of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ziri. Thank you. Okay, given that, questions for QHub. Uche, any question? Okay. Simonza, any question for QHub? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. No, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Mr. Anike Jagon, question for QHub?
No question, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Oladotun Oza, question?
No questions for me.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Alibaba, questions?
None from me, thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. MK?
I have a question.
Okay, please ask Mr. Shoni. Yes, please.
Is QHub affiliated with other QHubs in different parts of the world?
So at this moment, we're actually not affiliated with other parts of the world, and we're actually working on trademarking our name to make sure that our name is very secure.
But yeah, where there are a number of QHubs in different parts of the world.
Yes, this is actually where we're moving towards naming our company QHub Africa. So currently our LinkedIn is actually QHub Africa because we were looking to be more unique. So we're still going to pull that. Thank you so much.
Shasaya, do you have any question?
No, none from me. No question.
All right. So given what you heard, please for QHub poll. We hope the poll would be nice now. Great. Thank you. We're waiting. We're waiting.
Right.
Okay, thank you very much. We're waiting for those that can score. We hope it's only our angels that can score. Please, members of the audience, please score QHub. Yes or no? Would you invest given what you heard? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for scoring. And we've come to the end of the pitches now. Like we mentioned earlier, we'll be going into the breakout rooms now. So please, if you have follow-on questions to what you already asked or you were not able to ask your question, please, the breakout room will be open and you can go in and ask your questions. This is where the founder will be able to present his or pitch deck and you'll be able to ask your questions. Thank you very much. And the breakout room is open. Thank you. Thank you. If you want to hear more about Coventi, Dean, Fine Lines, Hostel, Jumbo, and QHub, please, the breakout rooms are now open and you have the opportunity to go in and listen to them. Thank you.
Hello, Mayawa.
Hi.
There is no pop-up directing us to the breakout rooms.
There's no pop-out, so nobody can see the breakout rooms.
No.
Same here, I don't see anything.
Yeah, same.
That is strange. That is really strange. Let me close it and start again. So it's, I don't know what's happening, maybe the internet or something, but we'll try again soon. So can all join. Okay. This is really strange. Hold on. We'll relaunch the breakout rooms now. Okay, So can you see? I don't know if you can see.
Yes, I can now. Thank you.
Okay, I think it was a technical issue. So please, if you have questions that you need to ask any of the startups that pitched this evening, Coventi, Jim, Fine Lines, Hostel.ng, Jumbo.ng, and QHub, please go into the breakout rooms. Thank you very much. And I shall see you there too. Thank you. I would allow for maybe 1 minute to decide on so please, for those that are yet to join any, we would assign you automatically to a room. And if you don't like that room, you can move to the next room. So please. It's in. Okay. For those that are yet to join the rooms, I would assign you to a room. Thank you very much.
And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Thank you.
I hope
Now you're breaking up.
you enjoyed the rush. Welcome. Was able to ask the questions they were. Hello, can you hear me?
We can now.
Okay, I was welcoming everybody back. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the breakout rooms and hope you were able to ask your questions. So without further ado, we'll be, please, like I mentioned earlier, feedback is food for champions. Please, the link will be dropped in chat now. Let us know what we did good. So please give us your thoughts. Let us know how we can improve to continue serving you better. Thank you very much.
I'd just like to lend my, I'd like to
very
lend
much.
my voice.
Oh, hello. CD?
Yeah, I was just going to add to the feedback request. Please, please, please. This is you doing us a favor. We really could use your feedback. Tell us what we got right, what we got wrong. Okay, this is really how we build ourselves and this is how we develop. So we really appreciate any feedback you can give us. If we're crap, let us know. If we're great, let us know. If there are ideas we didn't think of, please, please, please let us know.
Apologies, my internet seems to be unstable now. We had breakout, so please just spare. Please help us. Thank you very much. We hope you would all give us your honest opinion about today's session. Thank you very much. On that note, whilst you're doing the feedbacks, I'd like to move to the next as quickly as possible so we don't keep it waiting. At TVC Labs, we believe in giving accolades where it is due. And for this reason, I'd like to present, for the first time in history, to be honest, we would like to present TVC Labs Mentor of the Year Award to Captain Kayode Lambo. Hi, Captain K. Are you here? Okay. Thank you very much for your consistency. You come in every week untired. Every week you show up and you give input, you add value to these mentees. Thank you so much for your contribution to our TVC Labs mentoring, and we hope you found the sessions useful as we did. All your contributions to the mentees. Celebrating the mentor of the year, it won't be well if we don't celebrate the mentors, the mentees also. So the best for the best mentee, we selected all the topics they've, like I shared earlier. We looked at vision, market, customer. So on each of the topics, we have the best mentees for that. So please let me share that. For Vision, Q-Hub won the pitch back session. Q-Hub, we have Market, team won that session, the pitch back. Customers, Fine Lines won the pitch back. Products, Jumbo NG. People, Fine Lines won the pitch back. Process, Jumbo NG. Technology, Q-Hub. Capital, Jumbo NG. Profitability, Jumbo NG. And impact, Jumbo NG. So we can see that Jumbo NG is the champion of pitchbacks. We wonder what they've scored for tonight's pitch event. So without further ado, let's move on. Oh, sorry, I need to refresh my system, sorry. So I can share our winner for this evening. Apologies for that. So we have, so for today's, a team member from TVC Labs will be talking on this. Benedict, please.
Yes,
Can you hear
thank
me?
you very much. Thank you all for voting. Here are the results for the polls. For Coventry, 77%, 46% voted yes, 54 said no. For DIM, 76% voted, 51 said yes, 49 no. For Fine Lines, 81% voted, 33 said yes, and 67 said no. 67% said no. For Hostel NG, 76% voted, 47 yes, and 53% no. For Jumbo, 80% voted, 53% said yes, 47% said no. For Q-Hub, 83% of our participants voted, 26% said yes, and 74% said no. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much, Benedict, for that analysis. Thank you. Thank you so much. On this note, I would like to thank everybody for joining us and staying till the end of today's Angel Pitch. Before we go, I'd like you to please say a word or two so we can close. Thank you.
Well, stop screen share. I just really wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you who's made the time out to be here this evening. I hope you found it useful. To the angels who've mentored with me for the last 14 weeks, where do I start to say thank you? You know, Simunza, Biodun, Captain K, or you know yourselves. You've seen the results today, okay, in terms of, remember the very first time you heard any of these startups do a pitch back and what you've heard today. Remember when they weren't even sure what TAM, TOM, and SOM was, and now how they've mastered their ownership of the market they want to enter into. To me, that's what angel investing is all about, is helping, you know, these innovative founders, you know, get a beginning. There's no doubt there's VC funding and all kinds of stuff, but this is the hardest part, is actually finding the right people to start the journey with. So I really, really want to say thank you for being here for them. In terms of next steps, well, those of you who are investing, we've been in touch with, so you know what you're doing in terms of the syndicate. And those of you who are mentoring knows the next cohort starts February, right, Maiwa?
Yes, February.
Okay. And really, the last people I wanted to speak to are the founders. If you haven't seen how you've grown in the time you've been with us, then you're missing a trick. Every single one of you has made giant strides. So don't give up. Keep going regardless of what happens. Okay? You've got a vision, and now you have a poem that'll help you bring it to life. So thanks again, everybody. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas in advance. God bless.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for tonight, and we wish you Merry Christmas, as you said. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Merry Christmas to everyone.